Hi, crafty friends. Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm participating in a YouTube hop. This is Mix It Up Monday, and we're all using the same sketch. So here's a look at the sketch. I like that it has like this notebook edge, a torn edge. It looks like it's got 3 little places for embellishments and a place for 3 photos. Now, this is my first time participating in Mix It Up Monday, and the requirements are to use the sketch and then to use some sort of mixed media, like inks, paints, sprays, foils, just something. Here's the paper I'm going to use, and this is the Yankee Doodle collection here by Echo Park, and it is a 6x6 paper pad. And then I also ordered the 12x12 sheet. Only in this one, I love this bow paper. And so I ordered just one sheet of the 12x12. Now I did a little prep work off camera, and you can see here I made that little notebook edge. And how I did that is I used this die. This is new. This is from Sissix, and I believe it's called Vault Edges. And this paper that I have here is 9 inches, and my opening on my machine, my die cut machine, is 9 inches. So that worked out perfect. So I laid this on here just like this. I ran it through my die cut machine using some washi tape, and then I moved it and lined it up, and I think it cut perfectly. You can see it better on this darker side, but I'm actually going to be using the side with the bows. Now I love bows, and if you don't have this die, I highly recommend it. This is from scrapbook.com, and it's called Bow Toppers. And there's just so many different shapes and sizes of bows. I mean, I use it all the time. I love it. And then I'm going to be bringing in this die as well, and this is called Party Fans. And this is also from scrapbook.com, so I want to use that too. And I will leave an affiliate link listed down below in the description box, where I will have links to all of these projects or products. And then I'm bringing in this too, this Memories to Celebrate, and that is from Color Cast Designs. And I love using those cute little acrylic titles. All right, so I think following the sketch that I'm going to have this bow paper here, and then I've got a strip across the center. Now, I could have actually cut the sides of that, but no need. Looks like I'm missing one of the legs here on my holder, so it's a little bit wobbly. But I'm bringing in some Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just using a star stencil from my stash. And what I want to do here is place some inking, some mixed media, behind each of the little places that it had the circles. So each little embellishment cluster, I also want to have some mixed media. Now a lot of this will be covered up because I've got that large sheet of that bow paper, but I want to go ahead and start with this. And I love the way that this Distress Oxide ink just really glides on the paper. Now I think why it's gliding on so well is I'm actually using a piece of 12x12 mixed media paper from scrapbook.com. And this is the paper I usually use sprays and paints and pastes on. But today I'm not doing a lot of that. I just want to do a little bit of inking and maybe some paint later on. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. This is a fairly simple layout as the sketch, and I just love the sketch. There's not a lot that I want to change with it. I was really inspired, and I love this paper so much. Let me bring in my photos that I want to use. I've got 3 photos, and these are from July 4th. Me and my boyfriend Dale, and then there's our new little cat Pepper, and then I'm really proud of this dessert that I made. It is a strawberry trifle, I believe it's called, but I bought this cute dish off Amazon, and it's layered with pound cake, and I made the icing and then fruit. It was a huge hit. We didn't do a whole lot. Dale's parents came over, and we had a little barbecue. And I'll have another scrapbook layout for my daughter's 4th of July. She went to the lake with her boyfriend and their family. All right, so here we go. I've went ahead and cut out these party fans. Now I used the 6x6 pattern paper. Most everything in here is from that pattern paper. So even the little, I printed my photos out at home. I have the Epson PictureMate 400, and then I cut these 3.5 by 4.5 strips of paper to back them on. And I also have a 3.25 by 4.25 white piece of cardstock that's layered behind each of my photos. Oh my gosh, that photo of Pepper is just the cutest. We love him so much. As of the day that I'm filming this, we've only had him 6 days, and my heart is so full. He is just the cutest little kitten, and he really wanted to participate in the 4th of July barbecue. He was certain that he was supposed to be at the table with us, so I snapped this picture of him, and I just think it's adorable. All right, so I have the 3 party fans, and I used the paper that kind of looked like denim. I love the colors of blue in this paper. I'm trying to decide if I want this party fan behind the photo or on top of the photo. I don't want to cover up any of the photo, so I am going to slip it behind here, and then that will give the 3 places as in the sketch. Now, this is a YouTube hop, so be sure to click on the link in the description box. My goodness, words aren't coming out very well for me today. Be sure to click on the description box and find the videos that are all of those that are participating. I can't wait to see what everyone creates using this sketch. Now, this is my acrylic title. It says Memories to Celebrate, and I just thought it was too perfect with the color of red. I don't scrapbook a lot of red, but this was just perfect, I thought, for the 4th of July. Now, you'll notice here I did cut out 3 different sizes and styles of the bows, and I want to place them in each of the clusters. So we'll go ahead and get those stuck down here. Before I do that, I want to do some splattering. So I've got a couple of paints here from Shimmer's Paints. I've got Whites of Their Eyes, and this is almost empty, so it is not coming out very well. I'm going to try to put some splatter on here, but I'm to the very end. And what I like to do is just use the end of my glue bottle here and just tap, tap, tap on the end. I've got another color in the spray that's a powder puff, and I want to use that as well. It's a lighter blue. Now, I am on the Shimmer's Paints design team, so if you ever place an order on the Shimmer's Paints website, if you add my name, Melissa Minor, to the notes section, Shimmers will send you a free paint, and you can actually add my name to every order you place, and each time you'll receive another free paint. Now, since my Whites of Their Eyes is in the last part of the bottle here, I am bringing in this luster brush from scrapbook.com just to add a few more white splatters to see if I can get anything else out to make that look splattered. And I like that. Now, when you use these Color Cast Designs acrylic titles, you want to make sure that you peel off the protective coating that's on the back. So I've got a little Cricut tool here, and I'm just peeling that up. And then when I glue my acrylic pieces to my layouts, I like to use the Nuvo Deluxe glue. This actually is the same glue that I use in the Precision Glue Press, but I have a larger bottle here. And so I'm going to go ahead and put some of this Nuvo Deluxe glue on the back. And I like the nozzles that have, I think it's called like a precision tip nozzle. I didn't have it on there before, so I'm having a little trouble getting it out. And you'll actually see, you can't really tell, but I switched out the nozzle, the cap, so that I have that, what it does is it has like a little needle in the end, and it pokes down in your glue and it keeps it from clogging. And so that's what I was doing, was switching out those nozzles. So there we go. I've got the Nuvo Deluxe glue, and what I like about this glue is it dries clear. And so if anything seeps out from behind my acrylic title, you won't see it because it dries super clear. So we'll add the title up here to the top, give it a good press, and then that's there. That glue is really strong. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to also use that same glue since I have it out and open, and I'm going to add these little bows and put those on here. So we'll put one in each cluster, and I didn't want to center them because I'm not able to put the bow in the center on the one with the title, so I'm kind of like placing them off center. Now I do need a place to journal, and so as I was flipping through the 6x6 paper pad, I found this little journaling card. And so what I'm doing is I'm fussy cutting this out with my scissors. And in the sketch, she has the journaling like right underneath the left photo. And I like that. I think I want to do that. I'm using this distress tool and I'm just distressing the edges a little bit. I forgot to mention, but I did distress the edges of my photo, both the white backing piece and then the actual pattern paper that's behind. I thought maybe that the journaling would look good down there on the bottom, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just auditioning a few other places to see where I'd like it. I don't have a lot to say for my journaling. I really just want to say that we loved hosting the 4th of July, and I'm super proud of this dessert. So I don't think that journaling card's going to work. I was flipping through the 6x6 paper pad again, and then I came across this journaling card, and I really like the looks of both of these, but I like the one with the stars. So I'm going to try that one, and it's too big, so I think I'm just going to snip off, maybe cut it in half here. I will distress the edges, and yeah, I like that. I think that brings some extra attention to the journaling, and I love it. So I'm going to bring back in this distressing tool. I will leave it linked down below as well. I did pick it up off Amazon, and it works great. It's not a name brand. I think it's actually like from the sewing tools, but it works really good. All right, so I like the way that looks, so I will go ahead and do my journaling off camera, which I did. And I think it needed a little something else. So I had this journaling card out, and there was this little strip on here with these stripes, and I went ahead and dovetailed the end of it. I think I want to place it here, but then I do pick it up in just a moment, and I'm going to move it. I don't think I like the stars. I have so many bows and things. I think I want to cover those stars up, but I wanted to bring a little extra interest to this, just to beef it up a little bit. So I'm gonna add this little piece here covering up the stars. I could have left them, they're okay, but I like this better. And now I feel like it's a little bit off balance with just that one piece of striped paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut another one. I'm gonna rough up the edges and place it up at the top near my title. And now to finish off this layout, I've got some sequins here, and these are actually some embellishment pieces from Pink and Maine. They have so many different colors, but I wanted to use the red because I used a lot of blue on the layout. And like I said, I don't use red very often. So I'm going to put 3 in each of these clusters. I'm using this pick up and place tool from scrapbook.com to help me move the sequins around. It's got a nice little wax tip on the end. And then that's going to be it for this layout. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you will hit that subscribe button. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!